Most coaches build their businesses backwards. They create an offer, they start posting content, they get some followers, maybe they run some ads, and then they wait for clients to show up. And sometimes they do, but it's not consistent. It's inconsistent. It's unpredictable. And it feels like luck more than anything else. Here's why: they built the roof before they built the actual foundation. They went straight to content and traffic without ever building a path that turns that traffic into actual revenue. In the last video, I broke down the 6 stages of what I call the acquisition path: attention, trust, offer, application, follow up, and the sales conversation. If you haven't watched that one, you can go back and watch it first because this video just builds directly on top of it. So, what we're doing today is going one level deeper because naming the stages is one thing. Knowing what each stage actually requires and what breaks it, it's a completely different conversation. So, let's get into it. So, the first stage is the attention stage. Now, this stage is the one that everybody obsesses over. And ironically, it's the one that matters the least in isolation. But let's talk about what good attention actually looks like, because not all attention is equal. There's a difference between broad attention and targeted attention, because broad attention is views from people who will never buy from you. Targeted attention is eyeballs from people who have the exact problem that your offer solves. A fitness coach going viral on a funny reel has broad attention. A fitness coach whose content consistently attracts 35-year-old professionals who feel out of shape and want a structured plan, that's targeted attention. And targeted attention converts. Broad attention mostly doesn't. So the question at the attention stage isn't how do I get more views? It's does my content attract the specific person that I can actually help? If your content is too broad, too generic, or too focused on entertainment, you might be building an audience that will never become clients. And realistically, that's a painful place to be 6 months from now. The fix is simple, but most people resist it. Get specific. Speak directly to a specific person with a specific problem. Now, your views might actually drop, your followers might grow a little bit more slowly, but the people who do follow you will be the right people. And the thing is, the right people are the people who convert. And that's who we're looking for. Now, stage two is trust. Okay. Someone found your content, it resonated. They want to know more. What happens next? Well, they investigate you, they check your profile, they scroll your feed, they read your bio, they click your link if you even have one. They're doing a quick background check. Okay. They're making a subconscious judgment in about 30 to 60 seconds. Does this person actually seem legit? And here's where most coaches silently lose people they should be converting. Okay. The profile is vague. The bio doesn't clearly explain who they help and what they do. The content itself is inconsistent. Some posts about their niche, some random lifestyle stuff, some motivational quotes. The link in the bio goes to a generic landing page that looks like it was just built in 20 minutes. Okay. Now, if we realistically look at this, none of that actually screams credibility. Okay. Trust isn't built through follower count, trust is built through consistency and clarity. Now, when someone lands on your profile and everything they see reinforces the same message, this person understands my problem and has a clear solution. That's when trust starts forming. And when trust forms before someone ever talks to you, the entire sales process changes. They come to the call already believing in you. You know, you're not starting from zero. So audit your profile right now with fresh eyes. Okay, if a stranger landed on it for the first time, would they immediately understand who you help, what you do, and why they should take you seriously? Now, if the answer is no, that's your first fix. Not more content, not more ads. Fix the trust layer first. Now, stage three is the offer. Okay, let's talk about the offer stage because this is where a lot of smart, credible coaches completely fall apart. Here's the thing about offers. Okay, buyers don't work hard to understand what you're selling, they don't read the fine print, they don't dig through your website to piece it together. If they can't understand your offer in about 10 seconds, they move on. And most coaching offers are far too vague. I help entrepreneurs unlock their full potential. Like, what does that even mean? What do you actually deliver? How long does it take? What does life look like on the other side? A strong offer has four things clearly communicated: who it's for, what the specific outcome is, how you deliver it, and why now. Meaning, what's the cost of not doing this? When those four things are clear, something interesting happens. Okay. The right people self select in, they read the offer and think, that's exactly what I need. And the wrong people, they self select out, which saves everyone time. Clarity in your offer isn't just a marketing thing, it's a respect thing. Now, stage four is the application stage. This is the stage I talk about the most because it's the most slept on. Most coaches either have no filter at all, just a Calendly link, anyone can book, or they have a basic contact form that doesn't do much. And both create the same problem: unqualified conversations. An application is a filter. It does three things simultaneously. First, it qualifies the lead. You find out before the call whether this person has the problem you solve, whether they're serious about fixing it, and whether they're actually in a position to invest. No surprises on the call. Secondly, it pre-frames the buyer. The act of filling out an application completely shifts the psychology. They're no longer passively browsing, they've invested time. They've articulated their problem in writing. By the time they get on the call, they've already started mentally committing to solving it. And third, it positions you. An application tells the prospect that you don't just take anybody. You have standards, you vet people. That selectivity makes you far more desirable, not less. A good application doesn't need to be long. 5 to 7 questions. What's your current situation? What's the problem you're trying to solve? What have you tried already? What would change if this was solved? And are you in a position to invest in solving the problem now? That last question is important. It's not rude, it's responsible. It saves both of you from a conversation that was never going to go anywhere in the first place. Now, stage five is follow up. And I'll keep this one tight because the concept is quite simple, but the execution is where people drop the ball. Most coaches follow up once, maybe twice, and then they stop because they don't want to seem pushy. And in doing that, they leave an enormous amount of money on the table. Here's the reality: most people who are genuinely interested in working with you are not going to move at the exact moment you want them to. Life gets in the way, they have a busy week, they need to think it over. They want to talk to their partner. They meant to reply and they forgot. None of that means they're not interested. It just means that they need more time and more touch points. A proper follow up sequence keeps you in front of those people without being annoying. It's not just, hey, just checking in every 3 days. It's value driven, sharing a relevant piece of content, a client result, a new insight, combined with a soft check in. You're reminding them that you exist while continuing to demonstrate that you know what you're doing. Most closed deals happen on the third, fourth, or fifth follow up, not just the first. The coaches who give up after one or two are literally walking away from revenue that was already in the pipeline. And stage six is the sales conversation. If the first five stages are working, stage six should feel almost effortless. Not because closing is actually easy, but because by the time someone gets to a call with you, the work is mostly done. They found your content and it spoke to them. They checked your profile and it built credibility. They understood your offer and it matched their problem. They filled out your application and pre committed to solving the problem. And you followed up in a way that kept trust building. Essentially, the call is just the confirmation. What breaks sales calls isn't usually a lack of sales skill, it's a broken system upstream. When calls feel hard, when there's resistance, when people seem uncertain, when close rates are low, the problem is almost never the actual conversation itself. It's just that one of the earlier stages failed to do its job. The prospect arrived uncertain, or unqualified, or without enough trust built. And now the call is being asked to compensate for all of that, which is why it feels like work. Fix the system, and the sales conversation becomes what it should be: a genuine conversation between two people figuring out if working together actually makes sense. So that's the full acquisition path broken down stage by stage: attention, trust, offer, application, follow up, sales conversation. 6 stages. Most coaches have one, maybe two of them dialed in, and they wonder why revenue feels inconsistent. Now, the next video I'm dropping is going to get into why ads fail when this system isn't in place first. Because a lot of people think paid traffic is the answer when really it just puts pressure on every broken thing underneath it. That one's important. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you've watched this video and you're thinking, I know I need this built, I just don't want to figure it all out myself, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and DM me the word apply. Okay. And let's talk. Links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.